Hi my dear students, today we are going to see about fundamentals of data analytics in the topic Hadoop Distributed File System. So we are going to uh, say a short story about Hadoop, why we are using this Hadoop distributed system. Imagine a huge college library with lakhs of books, and earlier all the books were kept in one big room. So in that room, it is get damaged or anything else, it's fired anyhow. Whatever it's happened, too many students may slowly access it. So the college introduced this smart library system. So how it's going to work means, the books are split into small parts. So the the students which are not used regulars and the students are using continuously, so it is splitted up and it's stored in different places, and it can be accessed. The book part has the multiple copies for safety purpose, and one librarian, that is name notebook, knows where everything is. So we for that library they have one assistant that they will connect with that data nodes. It's already which is already framed with the name node that is connected to the data node. So this is how, for faster access, this is how we are introducing a digital library. But what is the use of this means, it can be accessed usually if we dump some, if the data is dumped somewhere else, it causes damage. The total the process will be damaged, so we cannot take, or we cannot recover any data from that system. So for that we are just making that Hadoop distributed system, which we have splitting the data into many different places. So each book part has multiple copies. We can just take. So in this part, so this we are just what is the empathize part here? We are going to see about this understanding the big data with storage challenges, the volume and reliability, and it defined the problem, scalable and fault tolerant. And in ideate, it's proposed distributed storage and data replication concept, and this prototype defines HDFS with NameNode and DataNode, and validate performance using Apache Hadoop in real environment. So next we are going to see about the Hadoop system. So Hadoop system works with the, so how this Hadoop system is working means, so this Hadoop systems mainly focus upon the distributed, scalable and which is reliable. So it's mainly focus upon the distributed system, scalables and reliable. So this is the format for the Hadoop data systems. So here the file 1, file 2 and the clients which have with the different clients have been just transferring from clients to the data, and here the format will be stored as we are already set by the nodes, and it is just using the mapping concept for the data to the block concepts. So here the next is we are just using the checkups of the backup points with in that we were using the name node, that is the node, the block mapping is used here. So this is connected to the block which is added and had bits. So the name node is connected to the data node. So this all the name node is connected to the data node. This is the checkpoint or backup will be again as processed to the secondary name node. So here we have using the fail tolerance and high performance. At the same time it is more scalable. So this Hadoop will use the stores the massive data actives, and it's used the multiple machines, which enables the parallel processing and fault tolerance at the storage for the big data application. So this is the Hadoop system, how it's going to work. So this Hadoop system is a file which is transferred in a distributed way, and is mainly used for store, and it's very large for storing. Also it uses the very large data sets with multiple machines in the client clusters, and it also provides the high screen applications data, and which follows the tolerance from the image. So this HDFS and map reducers will be used for the heavy and big. These are all the some of the data access for the Hadoop system, which helps for the Hadoop. And at the same time, this Hadoop ecosystems. This is the Flume, the Flume, Chukava, zookeepers, all the data who was the using the manage for used for the managed system. So this is the architecture which I've already seen. So here the what is the name node and data? The main concept is name node and node data node. So name node is mainly focused upon the what the flex data's metadata is namespace of data is used for the block map mapping, and also the data node is mainly focused for which stores the data, data blocks, handles, and how to write the request. So next we are going to see about the block size. So each block size it should be considered in 128 MB for efficient storage and the processing and replication of factors. So default 3 copies ensures the fail tolerance and the healthy accuracies. So these are the HDFS name node and data node. So here the heartbeat plus block reports will be transfers for the client from client to the data nodes, and this request file uses the metadata and the heartbeat block plus the reports. So these are the why we are using this Hadoop data nodes. So this build a big data challenges which provides a reliable, scalable and cost. If it makes more efficient in the data distributed storage in the massive data set, and it's very cost effective, high availability, data locality, fault tolerance, scalability and streaming access. So these are the read and write operations behind the next concepts of Hadoop file transfer data system. So these files are blocked across the multiple nodes with multiple built-in replication, enabling a parallel data access and fault tolerance. So this data block replication and read operations and write operations were the concepts which we are using behind this. So this data block file splits into 128 MB chunks for storage. The replication details 3 copies across the different data nodes, and read operations parallel access the nearest parallel access from nearest block location, and write operation is distributed write with the pipeline replication. So the storing and queuing big data is a Hadoop file transfer system. So these are the in this image we are just simply showing that the structured data and unstructured data, how it's accessing the big data engine, and here the big data access is used for the name block of the job which is accessed through the queries and chunks here. So here's these are the some of the data nodes which is passed through the query submitted to the matters node. So these are the query how the client is submitting, and this is the final result. This is the flow map. So HDFS is traditional. So this is more scalability, and this is very used for the fault tolerance, and the cost wise it is only for the hardware which is used to reduce the traditional expenses traditional, and throughout the HDFS is optimized batch and high throughout the access traditional random access to the lovers. So the real world example, it's using the big data analysis, log processing, data lakes and machine learning. So in machine learning it's used in the training data sets for predicting the analysis on the AI. And next is data lakes is used in the machine learning for data storage and machine learning, and log processing is used in the applications or IoT device. Next is Hadoop file system matters. So here it handles the petadata scale, cost effective storage and fault tolerance design. Thank you.